Hello, my dears. I've obviously not chosen this background music very well. Um, Not really done much vetting, for want of a better words, because I didn't realise this was just going to be complete ambience type music. Apparently, this is a Sacred Lands or OST. Fiddling around with levels as well. I'm not very organised, I've got to be honest. This was a spur of the moment type decision a couple of days ago, and I've been trying to set it up since. Excuse me. So I just basically went with the first Disciples kind of music that came up on YouTube. Oh, then the proper music kicks in. That's great. Thanks a lot. Right, I'm going to pause that and we'll get some question done. Oops. Hello. My long-awaited return by no one. Anyway, enough about the introductions. I'm just going to kind of pretend that I didn't stop streaming. This is really loud. Again, levels are probably going to be all over the place because I'm just not that prepared. OBS is telling me that it should be alright. Apologies if you have to fiddle about with your own volume and whatnot. Anyway. So, yes, what's happening now then? Back with Disciples 2. I've not streamed for about 5 years, so in that time I believe YouTube is still kind of like fine, so this is probably going to be largely for the sake of YouTube. However, I do quite like the streaming kind of interaction, so I thought I might as well stream and kind of like export it to YouTube, which is fine. In terms of what we're doing challenge-wise, I think we're pretty much sorted with the Rod Planter Challenge. There's not much we can do with that. I think we did that kind of run its course. I think I managed to complete everything. I can't remember. Getting old. It was way too long ago. So the next challenge that I had concocted was the Prohibition Challenge. The gist is that for every unit that we recruit, we kind of, if I could automatically lock them, I could, but we're just going to have to do it manually. So none of the units can actually be promoted. So we're sticking with, in terms of the Empire, what is it, Acolytes, Squires, whatever the original mage's called, and whatnot. Hi, Sierra. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting anyone to turn up from the old streams, I'll be perfectly honest. So it's nice to see you. I think probably the best way to explain what we're actually going to do here is just to jump straight into it. We're going to start with the Empire, because why not? That's all good things should with the Empire. Now, talking about the challenge that we have set before us, I'm going to keep the difficulty on average. I don't want to go into baby mode. I'm not entirely sure what things are affected by the difficulty anyway, so who knows. We'll stick with average, and then if everything goes tits up, we'll knock it back down to easy, I think. In terms of which Lord is actually going to benefit us the most, I think it is going to be the Guildmaster. Reason being is that we're going to have so much gold just floating around the place because we don't have to upgrade buildings and things. Having said that, the Prohibition unit... I'm going to get tongue-tied multiple times explaining this. The Prohibition Challenge is just that we have to lock the unit type so they can't be promoted. I don't think it should prevent us from actually building buildings. So that's the only kind of restriction that I'm placing on this challenge. If we are gifted any units, or if we can build our way to things like Titans, Werewolves, Yetis, and the Legion equivalent, which is Fiends. That's it. I'm not that old yet. Then I think that's fair game. The only thing we can't do is promote actual units. So I'm sticking with Guildmaster because we'll have a lot of money to use. So I think we're going to be highly reliant on thieves. In terms of what we do with our portrait, I quite like this little baby-faced beaut here, so we'll stick with that one, called Sluttington, of course. And yeah, let's just see how this goes. I think this might actually be a challenge which is bordering on the impossible.
More than a
I've got
decade has passed.
yeah, thank you. Um, I guess we could listen to this. I'll try and shut up for a little bit, just because I like this guy's voice. It's like the original narrator.
10 long years had passed since the first great wars, leaving Nevandar in a state of chaos and devastation. The Emperor Demosthene secluded himself in his stronghold, his spirits dimmed by the loss of his queen and their only son, the beloved Uther. Grand Councillor Hubert de Lely was rumored to be the true power behind the throne. Hubert had indeed taken advantage of the sorrowful king's growing isolation. Although he claimed Nevandar was in good health, all could see the plague of corruption and deprivation he had spread throughout the empire. Justice was no longer a luxury all could afford. Hubert led the empire to ruin, indulging in feasts and debauches, which he paid for with the empire's treasure. From this audacious decadence, numerous sects and agitators were born. Erhog, leader of a death cult, took over the barony of Emenir. If she was not stopped, her influence would surely grow. It would be the death knell for the Empire and the High Father.
Thank you. Oh, he does go on a bit. Like, he hums it up. Well, I quite like that about him. I mean, just look at how slowly this text is scrolling, and he still manages to be slower than that. Having said that, this could be describing the current state of UK politics in the Tory party. Oh, yes, I went there. No politics, or at least a bit of politics, especially if you're going to slag off the Tories. Anyway, name for our first leader, Hatton. I guess it's a all right name anyway. I don't think we're going to keep that leader. We'll have a quick discussion about leaders going forward. What's this guy saying? You have arrived at last, my lord. Erhog the Dark and her evil sect control these lands. Few who dared speak against her have disappeared. Her temple is somewhere in the southeast. You must end this madness. So it's the classic Empire starting mission, really. Erhog the Dark. Yeah, the usual. I think these are the missions which we're going to struggle with the most. And I think we're going to have to place quite a lot of reliance on both thieves and our leader, basically. Leader-wise, we start off with a ranger one, which is fine, I suppose. However, I'm tempted to take a mage leader throughout this challenge, particularly for the Empire. I'm trying to think of any reason why in particular. I'm sure I had some sort of reason. Anyway, I think it gives us the most utility. But I don't know. I think we just it's kind of a case of just suck it and see with the leaders. I think the Archmage is probably the best way forward with this, just because it can do so much damage to all units. Can we recruit already promoted units from shops? Yes, we can. I think that's fine. We may have to make use of that. In fact, it might be quite fun to use already promoted units from shops. Good point. I'd not thought of that. I can't quite remember what units you can get from shops. Probably quite powerful ones later on. What the hell's this? Oh, can I get rid of this person? Click to reply. I don't want to reply. I want to get rid of it. I don't know how to get rid of that message. I'm sorry. Ignore the spam. Anywho, yeah, I think Archmage is probably going to be our best bet with this. It feels like the right choice. In terms of what I was talking about before, in terms of the actual promotion prohibition, it's this button here, which is lock the unit type. Which is to, once we click that and we apply it to any unit, then it says, are we sure we want to stop the squire from changing type? This cannot be undone. Which basically means that it will always remain a squire, which is the basis of the challenge, basically. This gets applied to all units as soon as we recruit them. I thought we'd get some sort of symbol across their actual portrait, but that doesn't seem to happen. The only thing we do get is this little message in the bottom right there. Morgan, what have you done? Hang on a second. Morgan's got himself into a pickle. I just need to switch this off over to the... I don't have anything else prepared, so I'm going to have to go back to the stream start type thing, and I'll pop the music back on. We'll be with you just a moment. Apologies for the interlude there. Let's turn you off. Always when I try and do something, some sort of crisis happens. Cursed. Back to Disciples. Here we go. Righty-ho. So I was talking about leaders, I believe. So I'm thinking mage leader. Simply to get us some utility in terms of... I was thinking about weapon types, like weapon damage. And if we're going to go get up against some undead hordes, we're probably going to need some fairly big, hefty, non-weapon type damage, which I don't think we're obviously going to get from these dudes. But at the same time, we also probably want some fairly hefty weapon damage. So I think we're going to be screwed either way. So we're just going to have to see how it goes, basically.
What you want?
Unfortunately, we're not going to have enough money to actually recruit a leader straight away. So we're just going to have to make do with Hatton, which is fine, I suppose. It'll do. So all of these guys have been locked. Obviously, the leader we can level up as much as we can. That won't actually change in terms of a promotion. They just always remain the same type of unit, so that's fine. And we will just figure out the rest as we go along, I think. But in terms of recruiting already promoted units from shops, I think that's fair game. I think the only thing we restrict is the actual promotion of units. Otherwise, we may find ourselves in quite a few impossible situations. Anyway, I'm going to make use of the couple of turns we have to actually get enough gold to recruit our mage leader. So I'll just beat up on these grubs for a bit. At least we'll get some XP for these guys. Did I unmute my microphone? Yes. That's going to happen a lot because it's just been so long since I've actually streamed, so I do apologise. Right, they're done. This looks roughly the same. Do I actually have any treasures around here? Was he guarding anything? No, he was just loitering, which is reason enough for death. So again, I think building actual structures is fine, just to give us access to, obviously, not necessarily these ones, which we would build anyway, but things like that one there, that would give us access to Titans, I believe. But we'll see. Maybe this will be too easy. I don't know. I'm really kind of at odds with this. Whoopsie. It's either going to go one way or the other, I think. We're either going to get to a level which is going to be impossible, which I think will be the one way we have to hunt down Hubert Delaley, or any kind of time-sensitive mission where we've got to intercept someone or something like that. But we'll see. Can this guy kill a Hobgoblin archer? Yes, he can. But in terms of the other leaders, it does feel like the mage leader is our best option, just because I think just generally the mage leaders can get really overpowered, and I think we're going to need that to offset against the relative weakness of pretty much all the other units. But again, for now, let's just trudge along. We need probably one more turn's worth of gold, and then we can get our mage leader. This is always the most painful part of Disciples, let's face it. In terms of the starting setup, you're like, oh, it's giving me a leader I don't really want to take through the entire campaign. But I've got to use them, because it's just wasted time otherwise. Good stuff. I mean, it's not a huge waste of XP. It's 6. I think those goblins gave us 2. So it's not the end of the world. My lord, many nobles have fled the capital. Airhog and her evil disciples are surely behind this. Be cautious. I was taken aback by just using the word disciples for some reason. It's like, that's the name of this game. How strange. Okay, let's bring out this the Archmage. I've not thought of a name for the Archmage, actually. We need to keep it within our naming theme. Can't remember. So what can it be? We had Slutbeard for the Rod Planter Dwarf, didn't we? What can this be? He can be Sir Slut a lot. Because he looks like the type, doesn't he? On the Rise of the Elves or older version? I think I'm on the older version. I think I only play Rise of the Elves for the actual Elves campaign. I think. Looking at the shortcut I am using, it should be the original one. Pre-Rise of the Elves, mages had no accuracy debuff for multi-target. There's a debuff for multi-target? So is it not 80%? I'm confused and slightly concerned now that I've put all my eggs in one basket.
Lord?
Okay. Do let me know if any of the audio levels are off, by the way. I've done very little testing. It's a low quality stream for sure. It's kind of like I'll just do it and just see what happens. Okay, let's bring these boys over. He's got his potions, and I can't think of anything else we can do preparatory wise, other than just to kind of grind out probably a bit more XP for these dudes. These thugs and peasants. Peasants on the back line. You ever seen anything so outrageous? Oh, that is true. Yes. Good point, Ashira. Yeah. I do remember maxing out accuracy. I don't know why I couldn't remember the word accuracy. And it's still missing. Yeah. That is true. But no, we're not. So that's probably for the best.
For the Empire.
I only play this game like every 5 years or so, just to kind of purge in just enough knowledge from my memory, so it kind of feels a bit new again. These guys haven't attacked yet, so I kind of want to delay his turn. Does mean that they're going to defend, but it feels like the better thing to do. Excellent. Could have potentially got these guys to defend, actually. I think that would have been the better play. Oh, that worked out not so bad. We'll get another bonus heal at the end there. I will make a lot of mistakes to begin with, just to put that out there. So bear with until we get back into the swing of things. I've not done any preparation, even just playing Disciples 2. This is like a fresh kind of replay of Disciples like 5 years down the line since the last time I streamed. I think I might have played a bit of Disciples 3, thinking, oh, maybe it's not as bad as I remember, and it was, strangely enough. So that didn't last for that long. I like the music from Disciples 3. That is awesome, and the visuals are really good. They did a kind of like a good homage to just the general Disciples universe. But it was too far departed from the original Disciples gameplay for me, unfortunately.
For the Empire.
And I didn't get that far at all with the most recent one. What was it? Disciples Liberation, I want to say, where it just went full on King's Bounty. It felt like, right, okay, fine, yeah, you just do whatever you like now. I need to think about this fight between goblins. What's the best way to do this? I'm probably overthinking this. I'll just click randomly and hope for the best. Uh-oh. Oh, you're fine. Okay. We're good. I'm trying to think if we're actually going to struggle a lot with bosses. I do think this will actually make the bosses, this challenge will make bosses just generally more of a challenge, which is great, because that had always been one of my major complaints of Disciples. It's like it trains you basically to overpower everything, to basically steamroll everything in the game, and then the final boss, and then the boss is very little challenge, unfortunately. But maybe this kind of challenge will alter that. I don't know. I feel like I should do just a little bit more exploration with our free leader. Okay, I've got to say the upscaling of this whatever thing I used to get this in a window is really nice. There's a bit of upscaling going on. It looks quite nice because as usual, this is like a new computer, it's fresh install, and Disciples just does not work. It's like you've got to do so much kind of like teasing to actually get it into a state where you can actually one, get it working, and two, get it actually picked up by OBS and actually onto a stream. Okay, I think this is fine, and at least we'll have a city to fall back to. Hello, long-tailed one. Favourite game? Oh, mine too. It's good, isn't it? Still stands the test of time, if you ask me. You went from resurrecting dead gods to romancing vampires. That is actually what happens in it. All I've done is played the demo. And that was enough for me to say, no, I'll just go back to playing Disciples 2, I think. I'll give that a wide berth. I could kind of see what they were going for with it. That feels like they're taking it way too far into the territory of other games. And they didn't need to do that, because Disciples on its own was absolutely fine. And they've mixed it so much with Heroes of Might and Magic, and like I said before, King's Bounty, and it's just like it's a shadow of what it used to be, unfortunately. We'll give him a heal. How much hit XP do we need? Oh, loads. This is going to be the grindy one. Thank you for saving our city. Goblins raided our lands and destroyed our crops. I wish to warn you, they are numerous further south. Thank you, peasant. More goblins were blocked by a thug. Oh, I didn't take that treasure. Woe is me. Where's our other leader?
I'm ready.
Oh, he's found a treasure. That's great. Let's get building some shit. So, none of the upgrade buildings are going to afford us anything because of the promotion Prohibition challenge that we are running. These are going to be the ones which give us the most value, or any value. We've already got the guild pre-built because we are a guild master, which is nice, and I think we're probably going to have to supplement it with pretty much all of the other functions in terms of these buildings. So let's get the temple built, and then is that just to resurrect people? Heal and revive units. Oh, it's the healing part as well, which we can probably make use of. So we'll get them a heal next turn and keep them going. Which is nice. Compares to 2. Believe it or not, I am old enough to enter the Disciples series right at the beginning. This Sacred Lands. I had the very nice physical box version of Sacred Lands, and yes, it was a bit rough around the edges, and it looks like arse now compared to Disciples 2. But before Disciples 2 came along, that was the only thing that we had. We had Bat and Ball back in my day, and it was great. It was really good. But Disciples 2 was just like the ultimate example of how to do a sequel. Everything was just improved. Nice cheap heal on these boys. Thugs or goblins? Let's go after the goblins a bit more. They're going to absolutely smash. So it's not a lot, these archers, unfortunately. But we can heal them through it, I think. Hang in there, you old fart. You can make it. And then I think it's down to luck, basically. Oh, they get to go first, of course they do. Standard Disciples 2 luck. That's fine. That's fine. It's what we're here for. Good old-fashioned Disciples 2 luck. Thankfully, because he doesn't have that much HP, it won't actually cost a lot to heal him. 34 gold. Expensive whore. Might still go for the thugs. I'd have got away without actually healing him if we were going after the thugs, because they can't get to him. But whatever. Okay. Tempted to have actually got those to defend, but I think it's probably a bit of overkill. Which one's about to die? I don't know. Well, let's just heal one. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. Oh, a miss. The enemy missed. What fortune. Okay, it's more damage, so I'll get him to defend. Dialogue options with NPC where you go either evil or good. Oh yeah, I got that bit. For RP, and then there is the romance. Oh, you lost me at romance option. Romance option in Disciples 2. Now, but can you romance a god? That's the question. Or is that gone a bit too Hades? Where you straight up do? Is there a cutscene? That's the question. And is there multi-gender options? Can you get into a throuple? That's the question. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my shit. Go full on walk. A portion of speed. Thank you. Not missed any other portions around here, have we? No, no other treasure. I'd like to think they do a reasonably good job that you can't miss them. It's the units that I miss, which I have to put the banners on.
Lord.
Okay. 152 gold. We've got a little bit of mana. We're going to get some more from this now, thankfully. So, probably think about getting a mage tower up and going. Is it a mage tower or magic tower? It's probably magic tower, isn't it? Yes, indeedy. Can I build that? Is it me, or is the tick and the cross in the wrong way around in Disciples? I naturally kind of like go towards the right for a tick.
I'm ready.
Or am I just being psycho manipulated by someone here? Could be. Easily manipulated. A life potion. Can you do a bit of handover here? Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to waste the movement going back to hand the potion over. And the squire could do with healing. Let's do that. I was slightly tempted to go for a warrior lord for this playthrough, just for the extra HP regen, but I think just because we're going to have so much gold due to not having to buy building upgrades, it's not going to be a problem for us. We can just like spend so much money just on heals. Go, you fell into walk trap. Now you fight me to pass mountains. Oh, what a trap. It's not like we had anywhere else to go. Orc and 2 goblins. We'll probably lose a squire unless we get them to defend constantly. I mean, it's worthwhile. And then our mage can just do damage from the back line. He's no problem. It's worth a try, I think. At least until we get these goblins out of the way. Which will be like two attacks from the mage and then they're gone. First time I played Disciples, I really underutilized Defend. Because sometimes it is just a war of attrition with some of these battles. I think we should be alright. I still don't want to go full on and not defend. Just because we can't really out-heal it. So if memory serves... Whoops, I did that by accident. That's fine. We'll get another heal from there. Yeah, so if memory serves, with the unit type locked, when they do level up, I think it's a flat kind of like 10% increase to all the standard stats of HP, damage. That might just be HP and damage, actually. So we'll have that to kind of contend with. So it's going to be a bit of a... probably a bit of a slog. We're going to have a lot of dependence on our leader.
Huh?
Okay, you're done. Nothing else to build. Leave these Harlands humans, suffering and death awaits all those who dare to oppose the legions of the damned. Sorry, you went a little bit slightly camp there. We must not falter, my lord. Be not alarmed, although it seems Airhog is now allied with these demoned beings. You have been warned, mortals. We will scorch the lands and burn your flesh. Or scorch the flesh and burn your lands. Who knows? Maybe got his words mixed up. Okay, we've got a couple of things to switch over here. There we go. And probably you can go into early retirement, I think. Isn't that nice? Not entirely sure what I can use him for now. Maybe ferry some other settings, units around. Particularly if we manage to get enough experience to get maybe another leadership for our main leader. Good old silver ring, the classic. Managed to get another gold mine there. Lots of goblins. Ruined Tower. I feel like we should get some thievery on the go here.
What?
See what's in there. Yes, please. For crying out loud. Get used to this. 90% chance of success, and yeah. Noisiest thief ever. Okay, fine. I mean, we've got plenty of money to keep replacing them. Right, so they're going to go for the leader. We should be able to outlast those in terms of the goblin archers. We're going to keep these guys defending. Oh, that's failed for me before, Asura, definitely. It's failed for me on a rate of higher than 10% as well, I'm pretty sure. Should we? Yeah, come on, let's kill some of these. Some early kills in. Oh, of course I miss. That's what I do for pushing my luck. Oh, well then. At least he missed as well. And Bubba bonus heal for... probably him. Okay. Loads of peasants. On some sort of cruise ship. With a thug. Don't know what's going on there. I don't ask these questions. It's fine. Whatever they get up to on their own cruise ship is up to them. Right, let's see if we can defy probability and actually investigate the ruins this time. What a novel idea. Huzzah. Ooh, Zombieland.
Lord,
How are we feeling about this one? I don't know. I think I might have to... I mean, I'm looking at the XP to see, oh, when are they going to level up? But they're not actually going to get that much stronger.
what? I live but to serve, my lord.
What's over here? Is there any actual enemies? Or oh, Master Thug. That's looking a bit too spicy, I think. Let's go after this cruise.
Again?
Huh?
Everyone
Lord?
down? Yep. Oh, we could potentially cast a spell, actually. Oops. He says, as ending the turn. So let's research him in the capital. So which spell is going to be of most use to us? I don't think healing is a problem at the moment. Earth Ward is relatively useless against other than Medusas and mountain clans. Probably lightning, just to give us that extra bit of damage before battle. There's not a level 2 equivalent, is there? No. Could even do summon living armor, which would be nice, but it's a bit too mana heavy at the moment, so we'll do lightning. And have a play about with that, I think. I don't think we need it for these guys.
I live but to serve, my lord.
Don't tell me you don't have enough movement points. Ugh, really?
Don't push me.
And of course, now that we have a thief, we can make use of the Guildmaster extra perks, which should be additional options when we set a thief upon someone. I'm trying to remember what options there are. I'm thinking off the top of my head things like it rearranges the unit formation. They can... Was Dual Leader an original one? I can't remember now. Anyway, let's see.
Better be good.
So we've got Poison the Party, that's your standard one. I think Steal Item is a new one. Assassinate a unit in the enemy party, I think that's also a new one. Counterfeit Orders, which shuffles the enemy positions, like the unit positions, which is really useful. Actually, it's one of the more useful ones, I think. Well, more fun, shall we say. Duel, let's face it, no one ever uses Duel because it's a thief. Yeah, let's cancel that. I mean, it's a bigged up thug, basically. He's got a bit more HP, that's it.
Lord, don't push me.
Maybe I should have just poisoned them. 65% chance. Actually, wait.
Lord,
I mean, we've got so much money now, we can just keep on throwing thieves at people. Because I don't think we're actually going to spend that much money now.
for the
This is going to be on shops, and I've just seen a mage shop there, like a spell shop, which is nice. I think it's going to be our standard tank and spank type situation here. With you getting healed, I think, just because these archers do a fair bit more damage than your standard goblin archer. Not bad. I'll take that. Let's heal you. Now we could do some bullshit here with the squire defending and getting us back into full health kind of situation because we're out healing the damage that the peasant is doing. I'll do it once. I'll not do that much bullshittery. Oh, we do get level up though, so they get a full heal, so that's nice. I should have probably healed him instead. Our squires are doing 28 damage. Oh, it's rounded the 10% up. Isn't that nice of them? That's the nicest thing Disciples has ever done to me. HP is increased by 10% up to 110. And our Acolyte is healing at a whopping extra 2 HP, which is pure value for money there. So Slutalot does need a good, 70, 75 XP to level up again, though.
Huh?
Which is unfortunate, but we'll get there. I'm growing slightly more confident until we meet the first Legions of the Damned Army, which is their main army, and then we will get absolutely flailed beyond belief.
Don't push me.
Okay, I kind of want to take advantage of the fact that these guys are already damaged and
I live but to serve
set
my
our main army upon them.
Don't push me.
Kind of want to do counterfeit orders because it's fun. And the weird thing about the AI, or at least the neutral parties, is I don't think they actually rearrange themselves back to their original formation, which is a bit strange. They're just like permanently stuck in a state where I don't know, an archer is defending 3 paladins or something. False messages worked and unorganized the enemy troops. So we pushed the archer onto the front line, which is not bad. I think it's pushed both thugs onto the back, which again is alright. Could have been worse. Let's keep poisoning. Okay.
Lord,
I think the next turn we should be ready to strike. I'm going to get a couple of the thieves
again?
into the action here. I think the general formation is going to be our main army flanked by an entourage of thieves. I think that's how we're going to have to play this, particularly for the early levels, and
Again?
I think that's also how it tends to happen for the Rod Planter challenge as well.
Again?
So I think we can go for just more poison, I think. More poisoning. This is good. Because they're just so disposable, we'll just throw caution to the wind. I'm liking that now. That's looking pretty good. I think I'll probably do another, a lightning bolt just to finish those. Top up that damage to I think none of them will die. I don't think the archer will die based on that. 15 damage from the lightning bolt. But we'll see.
Again?
Should I do some exploration with these? Yeah, why not? Again, very disposable, so they can act as scouts. I smell the foul stench of sulphur. Advance with caution, for the lands ahead are inhabited by demonic beasts. Good. Ogre. An ogre. How are we going to deal with an ogre? Because technically we would have knights and an upgraded healer as well. My lord, the peasants say that the ogre has concealed an important item in its lair. Some think that the treasure was created at the same time as a statue located further northeast. Is this like stone ring or something? Oh, great. It didn't actually reveal anything in the map. Is it a stone ring and you put the stone ring in a statue or something like that? Anyway, this is why I wait 5 years before playing Disciples 2 again. Because then I forget all this crap and it's like playing it new again.
Again?
Okay. Are we...
Lord?
Has everyone moved?
Again?
Yes. Now, I suppose one benefit of
Lord? Again?
locking the unit type is they're not really going to require that much in the way of XP to keep upgrading. I mean, it's a very small silver lining compared to a big dark cloud, which is the fact that their upgraded
Speak thy command.
counterparts are obviously going to be much better, but it's something to work with, I suspect. So, as planned a lightning just to almost finish everyone off there. Yes, that looks good. And I think it might be a case of double defend and mage finishes them off. Archer's going to go for our mage. That's fine. I won't heal him just because he will finish off that archer and then we're fine. You're going to have to defend, I think. You can weaken the Master Thug further so then the mage can finish him off. Okay. Let's keep this guy topped up. They're obviously going to go for him. That's fine. Yeah, okay, fine. That's fine. And an extra bonus heal. Just to keep us going. 18 XP. Not bad.
Again?
Was not expecting that much, which is good. 10 levels to reach the stats of one promotion. Yeah, the generally speaking, like the difference between a squire and a knight is pretty much doubled, isn't it? Particularly for the damage. HP, I think it goes up to like from 100 to 150. So damage wise, yeah, 10 levels. HP wise, might not be as much, like 5 levels or something. We've got an orc. Can I steal something from here? 60% chance. Why not? What do we have? Blizzard, 15 points of water damage, or summon a flying rock. We don't actually have any runestone mana, so that is a slight problem. But I'm assuming it's somewhere on this map, otherwise this would be pointless. We've already got damage type spell, so let's do the rock. Nice, well done you. Stroking head, well done. That's probably a dead end for him now. Yeah.
Don't push me.
No, it is going in this direction. Going to poke the bear. That is the Legions of the Damned, possibly. So I'm going to kind of scooch around here a bit. More greenskins, as you do.
Again?
And that's runestone mana. Okay, so let's grab ourselves a Rod Planter, give her no protection because what's the point? And we will... I guess we can take this life mana first of all. Why not? Everyone moved?
Don't push
I
me.
think they have.
Again? Don't push me.
Uh-oh. The Emperor has been poisoned. Corrupt nobles sent by Airhog attempted to assassinate him. He survived the attack, but will soon perish if we don't find an antidote to Airhog's concoction. Now, as far as I'm aware, that doesn't actually imply that we are on a time limit. Otherwise, it would be brown trousers time, so... Or maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe we'll just die randomly on turn 999. Never really tested that. I kind of want to see what's going on in this army, but I don't think it's going to be pleasant, so
I live but to serve my
leave that as a surprise. Maybe we'll get close enough to one of our thieves and we can infiltrate a spy. Nice little potion of healing and potion of striking, which is always useful for a mage leader.
For thy high father.
Let's get that rod planted there, I think.
Speak thy command.
I wonder if I should make things a bit faster. Where is it? Unit movement. I'll put it on fast. Ghost is of slight concern in this place. Just because I suspect it will paralyze the leader, which would leave us with not many options. And our squires can't take on a fighter and a zombie. I don't think so anyway.
Sorcery in the works here.
Beg your pardon. I don't know what he says if you leave him. Probably because it sounds like he's like a 50 a day smoker.
For thy high father.
Just an orc and a goblin archer. Could be counterfeit orders, so he puts the orc on the back line and the goblin archer on the front. Dare we dream? Oh, lovely. There we go. Right, I'm gonna leg it. I don't know if that really helps us, but it's quite amusing. The actual Legion's capital. Can we infiltrate via a capital? I'm pretty sure we can. It looks like we're going this way around, I'd say. It's getting a bit too close to that Legion's army.
Speak thy command.
For thy high father.
Do we have anything else to research or buy? I don't have anything else to buy other than more thieves. We'll research another spell. Water Ward is not very useful. Strength, maybe. I mean, it's not going to make that much of a difference, but every little helps. We've got the mana for it.
What you want?
Speak thy
Stay
command.
there. Everyone else is done, I think. What's going to happen with this Legion's army? Okay, that's infiltratable,
Don't push me.
I think.
Better be good.
You do obviously sacrifice the thief in the process. I don't think there's any way of actually infiltrating an enemy army and then getting the thief to run away. Let's face it. But it's a worthwhile sacrifice. Oh wow, that's not as nearly as bad as I was expecting. Oh, is that their main army? No. And they're quite damaged. Right, okay. Slightly confused, but it's fine. So I'm assuming if you do counterfeit orders on an actual enemy army, they will just rejig everyone back. I'm assuming. I mean, they're not that stupid. They will just rearrange their army again. But they're obviously unorganised for one turn. You could take advantage of that.
Lord,
We'll test it out at some point, I'm sure. Right. Okay. Do we put ourselves in a position to attack these guys? It's going to take him 2 turns to get there. It's because of this bit where he has to go into the water, which is a
I
pain.
sense evil sorcery in the works here.
Something about sorcery? I can't really hear what he says.
I'm listening.
Okay, you can follow.
Don't push me. Again?
Okay, we'll draw some of these guys back. I mean, we could even use thieves as a kind of like barrier. I've done that before, just to sap the enemy army's movement points, basically.
I live but to serve, my lord.
Bring him forward a bit. I probably should have researched healing, I realise now. And we still can, but we won't have actually enough mana to cast it. Never mind. We've got a bunch of potions anyway, just in case we need to heal up before this happens. I'm assuming he's going to fight the thief and then just run off. But on the off chance he takes this bait, we may be well prepared for it. Okay. Whatever. Oh, we went round. hadn't planned for such an occurrence. So these are all level 1. Main guy is level 1. This is alright, I think. Let's do some damage to the middle dude. Now, does he have enough movement points to move away? No. But is this their main army? Oh no, it's the one that came from that city. Right. Oh, he's got a berserker. Oh, that's their main army. Ooh. I might have to do some blocking in of that one if we're going to be sneaky enough to actually take on this army.
Don't push me.
Okay, so I think if I do that, he might block the other army from getting through. That poison party percentage is really high. Counterfeit orders might be fun. Ooh, does he have an item I can steal? Well, if we kill them, we get all the items anyway, don't we? So it seems a bit pointless. Might just go with the good old-fashioned poison. I'll do a poison, and we've got some units, some movement points left over, so we can even do another poison. Or I like counterfeit orders just because it's fun. So we've got cultist on the front line, nice. The possessed and leader on the back line, which is good. I think it's good. So our damage squire is on the top, which is away from their leader. So I think this is probably optimal formation for us. It's whether we want to do this, knowing that this is behind. I'm unconvinced. Could lightning him to do a bit of extra damage, but I think it might be a case of biting off more than we can chew there. I don't want to retreat though. This is a really good opportunity. So I'm gonna save it. Hairy business. I just want to see what's going to happen. So there's no point in healing him, because nothing is going to do damage to him. We do have a little potion here, so we'll do that. Let's see what goes on here. Probably should have done a lightning bolt, but I don't think it's the end of the world. So if we do that, let's hope that our mage gets a hit in first. Keep you defending. Yes. Nice. Liking it. So how much damage can we do without incurring much ourselves? So if we just get these guys to defend, because I want our mage to do a couple more lightning bolts on these dudes before we are opened up to further damage. Keep defending. Yep. Oh, he's running. I didn't see that. I probably should have kept a better eye on it. Sneaky. He's going to get away as well, isn't he? Oh. Unfortunate. Okay. That's fine. Damn it. I was hoping I would have gone first. Okay. Not the end of the world. Fairly decent amount of XP.
What?
Oh, what can we do with this? And are they going to attack our main army? I dare not think
For thy high father.
nor dream of what may happen. Let's put you there, just on standby. I wanted to sneak in and get this runestone mana. More thieves.
Again?
And more thieves. Please.
What?
Okay, just to have them there. Just a bit of a safety blanket. Just makes me feel a bit nicer about things.
Lord?
So if we are attacked by him, how is that going to go? Probably terribly. So I'm going to lightning strike him. Just to give us maybe a bit of an edge. Maybe it'll be enough to make him think twice about that. I don't think this guy can get past the thief, can he? We shall see. Anyway. Are there thieves? Yeah, he's run off. Damn it, he's found my spy. Oh, he's not moved. We've blocked him in. That's unusual. I've not really seen that before. He just like gave up on life. Does allow us to infiltrate a spy again, which is nice. Very unusual AI behaviour there. So yeah, I'd be crazy to not take this opportunity. I think I might just go for it. Is he going to attack or is he going to run? I'm just going to go for it, I think. He will attack. There's no point in me trying to cheese it and get another heal out of this, because it'll probably just go wrong. So I'll just take that victory and run with it. 15 XP. Not bad, not bad. Not far off a level up for a lot. An Orb of Restoration. Here's the entire party 30 HP. Can we use orbs? We can. Fantabulous. I guess I should probably put one of these in his hands as well, yeah. These are the things I'm going to forget about throughout this playthrough, or gradually remember, anyway. Alrighty. I'm feeling somewhat confident.
For thy high father.
Certainly more than I was before. Okay, let's get that rod in there. That's what she said. Nice bit of runestone mana so we can summon that rock. If we want to. It's good for exploration, if nothing else. And if we could take that city, that would be wonderful for something to fall back on. What is that thief going to be up to? I'm going to draw ours back because he's a bit exposed. We'll just have a massive horde of thieves, basically.
Don't push me. Don't push me.
I really do want to actually take that ruined tower. It's just too risky, I think, at the moment. Hello, Morgan. How are you doing? Is your crisis averted?
Lord,
For thy high father.
I live but to serve, my lord.
Okay, I might clear this place out down here first. Alright, okay. That'll do for now. That main army is not as concerning as I had dreaded. Just because it is so melee heavy. It offers us great protection for our main leader, basically. If I could get him a level up, that would be great, just for a bit of extra damage and whatnot. But we may have to make do. Crisis solved. Wonderful. Everyone, you'll be pleased to know that the stream interruption was worth it. Now, who did we go for? An Orc? Orc is well positioned because he's off to one side, which means we only have to defend with one squire and the other one can attack him. So that was, again, really good use of counterfeit orders, if I may say so. Basically patting myself on the back. Hair looks fabulous, fantastic.
Lord,
So does mine. I think you'll all agree. Okay, can we get away with this? Squire is on the top. He's not going to get attacked. So I think this looks
For the Empire!
rather good. Right, so you're defending, I think. A miss. What joy! I do probably enjoy them missing more than I should, just because it's so frustrating when you miss. Yeah, we can't kill him before we manage to get through to the orc, so that's fine. And yeah, we'll heal this guy. So this guy can actually attack. Oh, I should have got him to wait to let the give it time for the orc to drop his guard. But not a big deal. And we just need to keep topping this guy up. I think the counterfeit orders works particularly well for like 2-space units as well, like that ogre. Because if you can force the ogre into an either a top or a bottom space, that gives you a fair bit of protection for units obviously on the opposite side, which is a great bonus. Are these likely to level up? I don't think so. So I'll spread the healing out. Actually, is he potentially due to level up? I don't know. I'm going to prioritise the Darrow front line just because they're most likely to get damaged. 3 XP away from a level up. That's fine because we've got a couple of greenskins here and that should give us the XP needed.
Again?
I forgot about that thief. Oh, never mind. I mean, we could get some thief on thief action, but I'm not that bothered.
I'm listening.
Not a lot for you to do unless we find another mana node.
What? Again?
What you
Lord?
want?
Let's see what they do now. Is their main army going to come back? No. They're going to sod off somewhere, which is fine. My lord, the stars tell me that a saviour will come to our aid. He will be of royal blood. Is that it? That's such a clickbait title. A lightning scroll. Where guy can use staffs and scrolls, which is great. It's another excellent use of mage leaders. That inherent ability to use staffs and scrolls. Right, we've got 2 goblins on the top there. I'll swap this squire over. He's only got 7 points of damage, but it means that those 2 goblins won't be able to fuck up his shit, basically. Okay, I'm going to prioritise the goblin archers because they're going to go for our mage, who is looking a little bit frail at the moment. That should be most of our problems solved now. Damn it, he's going to level up. But I kind of want to just be a bit safe on that side. Is everyone going to level up? It's going to be a hit and miss with the actual units. So I'll keep those healed. Oh, everyone leveled up. Wonderful. We will never know how much experience those goblins gave us. What a mystery. So our squires are now up to level 3, 120 HP, 31 damage. Still a far cry from their promoted equivalent, unfortunately. Acolytes are now doing 24 HP of healing. The main thing is our main leader has his damage boost by 5 and HP an extra 10 HP, is that? And hopefully a very fun level up perk, which we will find out in the next
For thy high father.
turn.
What?
What should I do with these thieves? I kind of wanted them to just follow the main leader around.
Don't push me. Again?
Just obviously give them some protection, and well, that's where they're going to be most useful, really.
Again? Again?
Now you'll see we're already accruing quite a lot of gold. I guess we could upgrade this building, this city. How do I do that? Oh, it's there. Sorry. I will get there. I promise. Okay, let's get a couple of squires in. We're going to have to lock their unit type. And probably just an archer in the back there. I'm not a huge fan of healers in cities in terms of city defense. I'd rather just have like pure attack offensive capabilities. Tends to work out better for me.
Lord,
Particularly archers. Okay. Don't like the look of that. Yes, sir. So we've got Banner Bearer, Pathfinding with just extra movement points. Banner Bearer is obviously to equip banners, which benefit the whole party. Arcane Knowledge to read tombs, which I believe just benefit the leader. Although the Tome of War actually increases hit XP gained, which is nice, I think. Or Artifact Law, which allows the leader to equip artifacts. I don't think we have any items which fall within Banner Bearer, Arcane Knowledge or Artifact Law. But I do kind of want to do Artifact Law to get it out of the way. Because artifacts are just like super powerful. So I kind of want to do that. Pathfinding is not really going to give us that many more movement points. It scales up much nicely when the leader is at a higher level. But it's such a low level, it's only going to give us what, 4 extra movement points. So let's do artifacts. I don't think we have any artifacts anywhere. No. There may well be one in that ruin, which I'm too scared to investigate. But what can you do? Now, can he not get to them because we've got a gaggle of thieves in a way? In the way. I've got to think of a way to describe a plural version of thieves. Thick of thieves. Is it a thick of thieves? No, that's the term is that the thick as thieves. Maybe that won't work. I'm really tempted to do counterfeit orders again. I'm probably getting slightly addicted to counterfeit orders because it does fun stuff like this. It's put the leader on the back line. Isn't that fun?
what?
I kind of just want them to get out of the way. If I put him there, is he going to do it to the Ogre or the Legion army? That's the Ogre. No, don't do that.
Speak thy command.
Right, can you get through now? Still not enough movement points. And oh, I think we can research haste, can we not? Nice, extremely useful spell. I should have probably researched this much earlier.
I live but to serve.
So now we have the means to actually get to this army.
What?
Oh, he's got 2 movement points left over. Let's see if we can get some poison going. Wonderful.
What?
Now, can we get
Don't push
some...
me.
Oh, no.
What?
Can we get some more poisoning in? Because I think there's only actually one space where we can actually engage with the leader now, and that's kind of going to prevent our main army from getting in there. Okay. I've got an idea.
Don't push me.
Let's see if I can steal that remaining spell here, which was Blizzard, which we have enough runestone mana for. Okay, that was attempt 1.
Again.
Plenty more where that came from, don't you worry. Excellent. Okay, so we've got Blizzard. So, if I move... Suddenly he can actually get there now. Okay, that's fine. So he could actually, instead of using haste, use Lightning Bolt and Blizzard to do 30 points of damage, which will allow us to, I think, give us a pretty good chance with these ones. I do have a promoted unit in the form of the Berserker because they're cheating. Who uses promoted units in Disciples? lightning in as well, and then I think we should be alright with this. Obviously have to get the bottom squire to defend. Did I just use the term bottom squire? I think we can make it work. He went for him, interestingly. AI being a little bit thick there. So I'm going to get him to defend. I think I'll just get both to defend. Okay, let's do it. Just keep getting them to defend until that point where they will start running. 'Cause I think they will. I think they'll start running this turn. Nope. It's a no. Okay, still defending. This is fine. Well, he's obviously still defending. He can't do anything else. Can we outlast him, though? Okay, so he can potentially kill the Berserker. This is good. Now he's running. Now he's running. Oh, no. Okay, we might still be able to get him. We do have haste, so we can just run after him. This is not a problem. Oh. And I think that's... I think that was their main leader. Leadership of 3, level 2, 11 battles won. It feels like that's their main leader. Which is fab. 39 XP. And we'll probably get his goodies as well. Maybe he has an artifact for us. A strength scroll. 3 life potions. A runestone. There it is. 10% less damage to the leader. Which is great. Potion of accuracy. So let's whack that on. This is nice. I get the feeling this is all going to go not too badly until we get to the boss, basically, and then we'll see what's going to happen.
Again?
Having said that, the thieves are working out really well, I think. I'm glad I went Guildmaster route. Okay, I think this is probably the next thing in my sights. Let's get this city, and then we've got a really good forward position from there. Let's not worry too much about this ogre for now. For crying out loud. Okay, we should be able to infiltrate via that city. So we'll do that before we take it over. I think I saw 2 rod planters there as well, belonging to the Legion.
Lord?
Oh, I don't think I've turned that setting off, which automatically avoids battles. Where is it? I can't see for looking. Allow battles in path when moving a party. I like to have that off. Just because... Yes, it just feels nicer. I don't have to, because I will just randomly double click and then end up in a battle I don't want to be in. So, do we go for this in terms of popping a haste to get there? Does mean we won't actually get to infiltrate their army. Hang on, how can we see what's in there? I thought our spy was
Don't push me.
caught and executed. Oh, we can see there then. Oh. Oh, was it the other way around? Did we find their spy? Oh, I think it might have been that. Yeah, let's assume that. I think we found their spy and killed that.
For thy high father.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so we've got a devil and a persist. Whoop, that's not the right party.
Speak thy command.
So our bottom squire is going to get it quite badly from these two. However, we do have a lot of gold, and I think we will take the city so we can instantly resurrect him. So let us do a bit of hasting.
For the Empire.
And off we go. Now, thankfully, the devil is, or devils, not the devil, is quite slow, so we can just take our time with this. Get him to defend. Probably get. Should I get both to defend? Does do 50 damage, and he's on 100 HP. I'll get him to defend just for now, at least until we get rid of the possessed. And if needs be, I'll pop a health potion for that, for our trusty bottom squire. Oh, not if they keep missing though. Okay, I think 2 more lightning strikes and then this guy's dead. So we should outlast that anyway. I might do this just to kind of like bait the devil to attack the top squire. He took the bait alright. Did quite a lot of damage, unfortunately. Now, this will require everyone to hit, but we can probably finish them off. So, I'm not going to risk it. You know, mate. Always on the side of caution. Yeah, we'll just defend. Possessed is down. We can probably go full tilt on the devil now. Huzzah! Are we actually going to get level ups here? Oh no. Way off. Don't know why I thought we would. 23 XP though. Thank you nicely. The Amanar family ruled these lands before Hubert Delaney accused them of heresy. Since then, chaos has spread throughout the realm. More perils of social media there. Right, I'm going to, I think, upgrade this one straight away. I don't think we're in any great danger of Legion armies now.
Lord,
So I'm not gonna heal these guys. I'm gonna let the city heal them a bit.
what?
I am tempted to see if we can shift the positioning of this ogre, though. Oh, we can't do it. I'm so sad. We have to talk to the ogre. Potentially seduce him. Can we assassinate him? That seems a bit strange. Alright, I'll hold off for now.
Don't push me.
I was rather hoping we could do counterfeit orders just to move him like up or down a space. Thereby rendering him fairly like ineffective against a top or bottom squire.
Don't push me.
But apparently
For
not.
thy high father.
Okay.
Lord,
This looks fine. I'm guessing that was a thief. Yes.
what?
He's probably going to try and infiltrate the our armies again. So the spy was captured. Red Planter and a possessed, and another possessed. I mean, it's easy XP. Could go for it. I mean, the chances are they may be going for this Runestone Mana, so it's potentially saving some pain later down the line. I'll take the bait, why not? Oh, that's removed all his movement points, unfortunately. Never mind. Like I say, easy XP though. Can't argue against that. If they're going to try and run, they probably will be able to pull that off. Which is an absolute disgrace. Maxing out his damage though. Well done. All 6 XP. And unfortunately we don't have enough mana to cast haste, so that's gone horribly. Kind of feels like we should have a secondary leader
What you want?
to do a bit of hunting of these thieves and drug planters. Take those two and Another archer, why not? Yes. Has everyone been locked? Yes. Good, good. I'll replace those squires. And lock those as well. I am going to forget this at some point. Unfortunately. So I'm going to have to constantly remind myself to lock the unit types. Right, what's going on with this mess? What are we doing with these thieves?
Don't push me.
Can we do some stealing from the shop? What you got? 60% chance of success. Is there anything worth stealing there, really? Life potions are quite useful. Thank you.
What? Again? Don't push me.
Okay, that seems fine. It looks like there's some more mana there, so I'm gonna
For thy high father.
get her to make her way over.
Huh?
I think that's probably all we're going to manage in this turn. Nope, he's run off. Oh, they've run off as well. Okay. I mean, I didn't touch the other rod planter, so I don't know why they're legging it. So I'll bring this guy down and round. He can guard this runestone mana. It is quite useful. It's a bit of extra damage for us.
Lord?
And
Again?
I'm not entirely sure which way to go now. What's this? Old Fort. Kind of want to have a look. Although the fact that it's not been looted
Again?
and the demons did have some quite powerful armies is of slight concern.
Again?
Let's do a bit of reconnaissance, I think. More life mana.
Yes?
I mean, I suppose. I mean, it's free. Let's face it. I mean, we were going to take it with that city, but if you can, you know, give yourself a bit of security with a rod as well.
What?
Okay, I might just keep this guy here just ready to poison the ogre, 'cause I think it's probably worthwhile doing that. I don't know what we get from that kind of like mini quest thing.
What? Lord?
Okay, what are we doing with him? Let's move him around there. What's there? Is that demonic stuff? Oh, just thugs. Guarding a treasure. Some very low level kind of starting units around here which haven't been killed by legions yet, which is a bit strange. Oh joy. I don't know where she's going to
What you
go.
want?
Still can't reach them. Maybe they're going to go after this road I've just planted. I'll get them to chase after her, because this looks like the only way they're going to get out of this Legion starting area. They don't seem to have bothered with this orc yet. Well, because he's still alive,
Lord?
strangely enough. Okay.
For the Empire!
Fine. Defend. I might get them both to defend. This is going to take at least 2 turns now. Is our leader alright, actually? I'm assuming the archer missed in one of the shots. Otherwise he'd be quite ill. Okay, let's see if we can get this finished up in 1 turn. I'll get you to wait and see what the mage can do. Not bad. Oh, lovely. An extra level up. On to level 4. We are kind of nearing Squire level in terms of HP, which is nice. 130 HP, 34 damage. standard with the Acolyte, an extra 2 HP of healing.
Huh?
Don't push me.
Okay. I was going to use him to investigate the old fort, but they've stood in the bloody way. I should actually put some defences in here. Squire, archer. I normally just do 3 squires and 2 archers on a fully upgraded city. It's so cheap to upgrade that cities now with as a guild master. Which is nice. Okay. I can just press enter to confirm that. It'll make it easier. Okay. Good.
Lord,
For thy high father.
I guess I'll use you to do a bit of exploration. Why not? What's that? Athlock's Keep. Many peasants have warned us about Athlock's Keep. Beware, my lord. It is said that lost souls haunt it. So basically undead. Is that a statue there as well? Is that the statue we were supposed to find? Ooh, a couple of spearmen. Standing proud. What's it we got here? Spearman, thug, and master thug. Saucy.
again.
Okay. Can you get to there? Not far off.
Huh?
Again.
I don't think there's much point in starting to poison the ogre just because I don't know when we're going to be in a position to actually go after him. So we'll just have to wait and see. Might just have to wait until almost the end of the map for that one.
Again.
I'm listening.
Again.
Everyone done? Again?
What you want?
Again? Yes.
Lord.
Alright, bye. Oh, she's back. Oh, shit. Casual demon. Oh no, that leveled him up. Okay, leader looks like he's level 1 though, so that's something. He's only actually won 1 battle, but he does have a demon, which is horrid. And also a berserker, which is equally horrid. Oh my. Where's our main army? Oh, he's down there. Potion of Vigour. Increases by 50% the damage inflicted. Can he reach him? Oh, hang on a second. I've got to get that thief out of the way.
Again.
You do what you were supposed to do. 2 devils and a cultist. Was this supposed to be inhabited by lost souls? That's just the devil. That's going to be a pain in the ass, that fight. Empire statue. I think that's the statue they were talking about before in that dialogue, which is the treasure that the ogre was potentially guarding. I forget now.
Lord.
Right. Okay. So I think let's get rid of this rod planter.
For the Empire.
Then probably do a haste to get him back into the city, and then we'll just see what happens with that main army that they have there.
Huh?
Okay, you're not getting away, sorry. Oh, look at that, the cultists have burned everything inside.
I'll do my best.
Just ignore all this green land. Everything's fine. Okay.
Speak thy command.
So he's most probably within movement range to get to our main army. So we don't like that. So you're going to be haste up. And we'll plonk you in there.
What you want?
I suspect he is probably within range of this army and will get whooped, but we may be able to weaken them to the point where our main army can then kill him. So that may work out well. I'm going to bring this thief in over just for a bit of support.
What?
I'm going to move you away. Crumble Temple. Now you can investigate that if you survive long enough.
Again?
I suspect this guy is probably going to go after this thief. I'm going to cast Blizzard just as a bit of a warning to him. Also to weaken their leader as well, because he doesn't have many HP, so if we can make him one-shottable, then that's probably the best thing to do. Okay, not a big surprise there. Joke's on you. You literally cannot defeat my endless supply of thieves. I'm sorry. More shenanigans with these rod planters. I might just get our secondary leader to go after them. Just because he can do so much damage to the back line. Alright, fair enough. That's not going to work that well in your favour, but whatever. Not bad, 37 XP. This guy's a bit roughed up, but just get him to draw back. I don't want to bring the main leader out of the city at the moment. Hey Bizik, how are you? I wasn't expecting any of the old crew to turn up today. I was just going to stream it and then just stick it on YouTube, to be honest. But lovely to see you again. And yes, welcome to the Promotion Prohibition Challenge. No promotions to be had in our army, no sorry. This is Noob Central. I forgot what I was doing now. I think I might just get him to sit this turn out. Oh, you're going to investigate this ruin. A hill giant. Whatever. Okay. I kind of just want to sit around to wait to see what this guy does. They healed quite a lot. He must be a warrior lord, so I'm just going to keep up with the blizzards. Again, just a warning, just to say, you know, not in my back garden. Thank you very much. Why is he going round there? What's round there? Maybe have another city there or something.
Lord?
Oh, he can't make it. He can make it with haste. Can I get a thief there?
Don't push me.
Because I'd love to counterfeit some orders for him. This pleases me. I'd like it if that berserker was on the bottom. Bit there.
Lord?
I'm going to strike. I think we can do this. Why is it making a weird noise at me? Mother, my game's broken. That'll do. And a haste. So haste I don't want to kill the leader, so I'm going to do just enough damage to get him one-shottable. So I think I probably can Blizzard and Lightning Bolt him. Yeah, that feels about right. I don't think that will kill him. Okay, good. Do we have any scrolls to help us in our endeavour? Another lightning scroll? No, that'll kill the leader, and I want his XP. Strength scroll isn't really going to help us that much. It's going to be an extra 3 damage for our dudes. Probably not. I think we just have to stride in with confidence. Oh, thank you, Bizik. I've missed you too. You've got a thingy. You've got a cheer emote, which is weird because I'm no longer affiliated. I guess people who had the cheer emotes still keep them, because I don't think you can actually cheer now, unfortunately. I removed the affiliate status just so people wouldn't get pre-roll ads. So if you do get pre-roll ads, tell me, because you shouldn't. Right, so now let's think about this. Can we do it? The leader will be killed by the bottom squire. We've got old trusty bottom squire. Top squire defends. The demon should be quite slow, so we should get a defend in first. I think we should be alright with this. I think we might lose the top squire, if anything.
For the Empire!
Who knows? It might run. I don't know. So you defend. Deader. .43 damage. Huh. It's going to be a race to the finish, I think, with this. Thankfully, we can get like full access to the demon with this squire, unhindered and undamaged, which is nice. Again, the benefit of counterfeit orders. I really, yes, really enjoying counterfeit orders much more than I remember enjoying it. Okay. I think demon is down. You keep defending, because the berserker will probably start going for him. What a plot twist. Right, that's him dead. Yes, it must be because you're OG, definitely. Or definitely not because you foolishly spent 100 bits on this channel. Can we get a sneaky bonus heal in? Oh yeah. Nice, that went really well. Level up for everyone. Squire's up to level 5. 140 HP, 37 damage, 28 healing from the Acolyte. So Slaughterlot's still quite far off a second level up, which is sad. Banner of Protection. Ooh, we didn't go for banners. We went for artifacts, but I think that's fine. We'll keep hold of this. Oh, we've got little blue swords above our heads now, because they are between level 5 and 10. Isn't that nice? One of the first people to start watching. Yes, I think you were. Yeah. You watch on YouTube as well, Bizik? So I'll be putting all these videos up on YouTube. This is the main reason for kind of like streaming, which I'm just going to export to YouTube. Because last time I checked, I have like twice as many people following on YouTube than I do Twitch. So it's mainly for those people. Anywho, but I still like streaming because I get to talk to y'all, which is great fun.
What?
Okay, so I think hopefully we are in a position where we don't have to worry too much about big legions, armies now. And we can just hopefully casually make our way through the rest of this scenario.
Again?
And then deal with the utter madness that'll be the boss. Although, having said that, by the time we get to the boss, the number of levels we've got for our noobs will probably put them not that far off the level of the actual promoted ones. So maybe this will be easier than I think. Well, it won't. This is when we start to get a few more levels in, a few more stages in, when we would potentially have access to like tier 3 and 4 units. That's when the fact that we can't promote people is going to make a big difference, and we're stuck with squires, albeit at level 20 or something like that. Hi Jamal, how are you? So many people have turned up who used to watch the streams. It's very humbling.
Lord?
It's lovely to see you all.
What?
What am I doing with these thieves though?
What?
So that's investigated, that's investigated. I might clear out this little northern part, just for lols. Quite interested to see what's in this crumbled temple. That should be fairly easy to take on. Hang on, where's that other leader, that other party? Okay, you hold up there.
I live but to serve, my lord.
Thank you, good to see you too. Yes, no promotions. The main challenge is as soon as we recruit a unit, we lock it using the usual, using this, the lock units button. I can't get rid of that. Oh, it's gone. So then the unit type has been locked. It does not need a new building to upgrade. So they will level up, but they will never promote. That's basically the only restriction. We can still get units from, have units gifted to us. We can still upgrade buildings in the capital to get access to things like titans and werewolves. And as Asura pointed out earlier, we obviously still have like mercenaries that we can recruit units from, and I think that's still fine. Obviously don't want to make things too crazy. Okay, can we get to that? Can we, buggery? Shall we take anyone on in the meantime? These spearmen might be a bit of a pain.
Don't push me.
Unless I can do some, you've guessed it, counterfeit orders. What's it done? Oh, nice. I like it. So good, counterfeit orders. I'm going to abuse the shit out of this.
Lord?
Hey, it's Sun as well. Hi, how you doing? Why did that not work? I just want to go there. It's because I'm clicking on a tree. Okay, fine, whatever. So all we really need to do with this is just have the bottom squire constantly defend. Nice, he gets to go before the spearman as well. And our top squire can just keep slashing away, completely protected. Are you still streaming, son? Just out of interest. Uh-oh, I didn't defend. It'll be fine. I keep looking at the squires and just seeing them as initial recruits, but they're not that bad. I mean, he's got as much HP as a spearman now. His damage is still a bit wanting, but it's not terrible. Alrighty.
Again?
What do we have here? Master Thug. Can we do some more counterfeit orders? That's nice. I like that. That'll work.
Don't push me.
I do quite like the way you can just do counterfeit orders,
Don't push me.
and then the thief can just walk away at that point. I don't think we need counterfeit orders on that. So the thief can just walk away. The formation is knackered, and you can kind of attack them at your leisure. Unless, of course, it's an actual AI army.
I'd best see my share of this.
Whatever. Yeah, that seems to work out quite well. I like that.
It better be good.
Can I still not counterfeit orders for him? That's such a shame.
What? Again?
What you want?
Lord?
Okay. Are we going to do all the factions? If the Empire goes well, yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be a nice kind of blend of challenge, frustration, tears, and joy. In which case, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I don't see why not. If it all goes horribly wrong, then we just think of another challenge. This is on normal, to be fair, so we could bump it down to easy. There are a few missions that I am a little frightened of, shall we say, and it's mainly the ones where it's along the lines of you must intercept so and so on their way to such a place, because that really doesn't give us a lot of time to work and make up for the shortcomings of our unpromoted units. But we'll just gonna have to see how that goes. We might find some other way around it with like millions of thieves. I don't know. Can we do counterfeit orders in a city?
Again?
I'd like to think we could.
Better be good.
Doing poison party again. Yeah, it seems to be the same. So I'll counterfeit orders for here. Did that actually do anything? Or have I gone mad?
Again?
Because I can't see any difference in their formation.
It better be good.
Maybe the orders were to stay exactly the same way you were before. That is your orders. That's not that much better. It just removes the thug from frontline combat. I would like to get the master thug on like either the top or the bottom. Preferably on the back as well. I might wait an extra turn on that one. I don't think we're particularly rushed in this mission. Not anymore.
Push me. What?
Don't have anything else to grab with a rod planter, do we? We don't really want infernal mana. It's good to take it from them, of course, but it doesn't really benefit us. The thief. Great fun.
Huh?
I think I'll probably just do an instant resolve
Do
on
my
this
best.
one. As you do. Yep.
Lord?
Right. Do we do Hill Giant or these dudes? I kind of want to see what's in the Crumbled Temple. Now, next question is, do we defend? I'm just going to go for it. Throw a caution to the wind for a change. Oh, he's already damaged. Oops. Oh, what a blunder. Yeah, we can probably kill him. I'm going to get him to defend. I'm a big girl's blouse. Kill him next turn with a bonus heal. Come on. Thank you. 25 XP. How far are we away? Oh, another 400 XP for Sir Slaughterlot. 150 gold. An Orb of Thunder. Is that 100 points of damage? That's like like a boss battle type orb. Inflicts 100 points of air damage to target unit. Oh, it's only one unit. Fair enough. Still nice though. Okay, I'll probably just get him to wait there, see if we can get a more favourable counterfeit orders on this city. Huh. I don't know about this one. mixed feelings. I think it's alright. Because I think we can probably get the bottom squire to defend and then do just tons of damage to these guys on the back with our mage leader. That seems like a favourable outcome.
What?
Do I have a thief down here? Oh, it's next to the ogre. I'll just recruit another one, I think. We should investigate over here. Get another thief to have a look in the old fart. Okie dokie. 2 imps. Why haven't they looted that ruin already? Will we just? I don't feel as if I was particularly quick in invading the Legion's lands or anything.
Huh?
I live but to serve, my lord.
Okay, we'll go after... Oh, I can't make it there in one turn. That's really annoying. I should probably go after this party instead. Let's get some healing. Just ready for next turn. Was that a rod planter? I didn't quite see that. I'm assuming it's a rod planter, and they've like gone round this way. Master Thug on the top. I think that looks pretty good. It's pretty favourable, that formation. I don't think we need to do any damage. Oh, we've got loads of mana, so why not? I do some lightning, I think.
For the Empire!
So he's defended. So you're probably going to have to defend. Yeah. No. Maybe I'll get him to wait. Should I get him to wait? Yeah, I'll get him to wait. You can wait as well. And I'll decide what I'm going to do at the end, once this has happened. Okay. So... keep your heals. I'm tempted to get them both to defend, then we'll do the same thing this next turn. So he gets an attack in, misses because he's a clod. Get them to wait again, and then we get another attack in from our leader. So I'll heal you. Okay, Thug down. I think I'll still get the top one to defend, just because the Master Thug's an arse. Alright, not bad. But what were you guarding? Shiver me timbers. An entire potion of healing to ourselves. That's just...
Don't push me.
very erotic.
Again?
Oh, just a gold mine.
What? Again?
Okay, so that's investigated. Is there anything else around there, capital, which is strangely intact? No.
Huh?
Okay. Feels like we're not a million miles away from actually finishing this first map. Oh, great! It's one of these. Whatever. Just waste mana, why don't you, on a summon to kill a thief?
I live but to serve, my lord.
Okay, I'm not going to waste the mana to haste him just to get that city. We can
What?
just skip another turn. Owned by the legions. Alright, fair enough. Can we see what's in there, please? Devil and possessed. Wow.
Huh?
Lord? Again?
Okay. So next target will be a Transcool. We'll get control of that, and then I might come round here just to cut them off even further in terms of these resources, just because I want to cripple them basically. And then we should have very little to fear from the legions. What the fuck? Oh, it's just a starting party. It's fine. Whatever. Take your XP and go.
What?
Huh?
Lord?
Okay, so Spearman, Thug, and Thug. That's fine. It's still quite a good formation we've got going on. And our Squire gets to go first, which is wonderful. Block a bit of that damage. I'm very slightly tempted to draw this out a bit further by getting this Squire to defend instead of attacking, just so we can do even more damage to this back line. I'm probably nitpicking, but that's just the way my brain tends to work. Can potentially kill the Spearman, so he doesn't. Oh, it's because they're in a city. That's fine. So for this one, I'll get you to wait. You can wait. Can we clean up? Possibly can. Uh-oh. Oh, only 18 damage. You defend then. Nice. Oh, great. Up to level 6. His HP's now reached the level of a knight, which is good. His damage is still off. So, I'm quite surprised at just how quickly we've managed to level up to the equivalent of a knight. Thank you for liberating us. There was no justice to be found here before you came. All followed Airgog. We were forced to serve her. We have found a valuable man in this town. He goes by the name of Wulfgar. He is willing to fight for our cause. Oh great, a level 1 ranger. It's better than a slap in the face, I suppose.
Lord?
Huh?
Okay, fine. You can go there.
Huh?
Where's she going to go? Can I kill her?
Do my best.
You think you? Oh, she ran. Damn you.
Lord?
Oh yeah, what's going on here? So he's going to go after our thief. We'll bring the thief back, of course. They're a very valuable resource.
Huh? I'm ready.
Lord?
Where is she going? Okay. It looks like I was right in terms of, I think, the Legion's armies. Why do you persist in your attempts to defeat me? Your fate is already sealed, High Father Servant. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, so he's gone down there. Is he just trying to pick off thieves or something? Right. What's our next target? Should it be the old fart? And those tit-tastic imps? Don't know. I still need to go back here and finish off this ruined tower, but that ghost still spooks me somewhat. Mainly because we just can't kill it instantly, unless I give a portion of vigour to Sir Slaughterlord. So it increases damage to roughly about 40. Which is probably not going to work. Oh, I've got an orb though, don't I? Could use an orb on the ghost to instantly kill it. Because it feels like there's going to be something fairly decent in there, because it's got a zombie. That's probably looking even less likely. I don't know. Let's kind of scope out round here first.
Again? Again?
Go there. I'll actually just use you to defend this city, I suppose. Get Squire. Another. I've not actually got any apprentices yet. Don't really think we're gonna go down that route. Just because if we lock an apprentice, he's only actually going to increase in damage, what, like 2 or 3 per level, so it's, I don't know, feels a little bit pointless. Unless we actually need the elemental damage, I suppose, in which case it'll come in useful.
I live but to serve my lord.
Okay,
you want?
you finish her off,
I'll
please.
do my best.
And Zen,
Again?
do we have? A lonely thief.
Again?
Oh, another one, great.
What you want, huh?
Lord?
And we'll just see what he's going to do with that ranger leader. Oh, finally. Just couldn't resist that old fart. And what riches he managed to get from that. He should probably get a rod planter out here just to screw up some of their plans.
For thy high father.
Come on, you can do it.
Huh?
Lord?
Anything else we need to do? I'm assuming he's not stupid enough to go for that city now, because they're going to get quite a big defense buff. Is there anywhere else he could go for? I mean, this is pretty much undefended, but we can just whack some stuff in there by the time he gets there. Uh-oh. Sending in the reinforcements.
Lord? For the Empire!
And I wouldn't mind, but it's going to sap his bloody movement points, isn't it? Can we kill him as well? No. Move around that way.
For thy high father.
Keep upgrading here, because it's just so cheap. I never normally play as a guildmaster, Lord, but really kind of getting into it with this now. With just stupid amounts of gold. And
For thy high
probably overutilization of thieves, let's face it.
Speak thy command.
Okay. Possessed on the front line is going to be a potential pain. I think we'll be alright though. Where did their leader go? He's literally just stood there now. Fine. Oh no, not those. Oh, I can heal. That's no problem. Let's discover the spy who infiltrated in his army. We'll see about that.
What?
Can I reach him? No. Bastard. Okay, go around there then. Serve as bait, if nothing else.
Lord?
There's no such thing. Oh, it's too much gold. There is until you reach 9999, because then you can't get any more. Unfortunately. Okay, so we need to heal that damage first. Just because I don't like devil.
for the Empire.
Too many thieves? Oh, absolutely not. No. Unless, I mean, that they have got in the way in earlier points in this map where I couldn't actually get the main army through certain crevices because it was jam-packed full of thieves, unfortunately. So they become a bit of a nuisance. But they're quite easy just to kill off, I suppose. I think we can keep defending. That should work out alright, I think. Okay. Yep, you get in. See if that will tempt the devil to attack him instead. It does, which is fine. Okay, potentially kill him before he attacks now. I think all is well. XP. Wondrous. Hubert de Lailly, the Emperor's counsellor, often visited this city. Why did he not help us against Airhawk? The Emperor has abandoned these lands, I fear. Shock horror.
For thy high father.
Okay, can we get another rod there? I know we're going to capture it with the city, but it's nice to have a bit of good old rod insurance. Go. No ghost thieves. You just can't walk. Oh yeah. That would be good if their thieves were just like a phantom or something. But probably overpowered. With 100% chance to achieve just like everything. 100% chance to poison, paralyze, assassinate. Yeah, the rest of the units would have to be pretty shit just to make up for that. Oh, he's taking the bait. Interesting. No big deal. So we can exact our revenge quite easily. Okay, what be down here? This is probably going to be our quest objective. There she is, with a demon, zombie, ghost. I'm concerned about that ghost. Looks like we're going to have to get our main leader leveled up. There's not a lot of XP left to be had on the map, though. Probably quite a lot from this ogre, which we're just going to have a go. I mean, we'll just literally just keep on throwing thieves at him. And get him poisoned to the point where we can just finish him off. That should be about 100 XP, I'm hoping. Do you have the kill orb? Yes. I kind of want to see what's in here as well, though, which means take care of that ghost. I'll think of something, I'm sure. There's nothing that useful in that shop as well. That's just healing and life potions. Okay, I'm assuming this guy's going to be alright against the. Can you just attack him? Oh, thank you. Probably best you defend. Right, go for it. Nice. Okay. You made up for it. That's fine. Cool. Very nice. Oh, and a level up. Impressive. So, yeah, the archer is basically going to mimic the squire damage. Albeit with less HP. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Oh, what's this? Is that another demon? It should be a decent amount of XP as well.
Lord? Again?
Huh?
For thy high father.
Okay, you're probably going to be put into early retirement, I think.
What you want?
I don't think there's anything else we can actually grab. We've ravaged this land with our rod quite enough. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, it's so painful crossing water tiles with land-based units in this game. I know there's ways around it with spells and whatnot, but my goodness. I think I'll just end my turn, just to make it a bit quicker. You call your rod planters Rod Stewart, oh dear me. I like it though. I secretly like it. I want to counterfeit orders just to put that demon on either the top or
I'm ready.
bottom row. So let's do it.
Again?
What you want?
Rod Stewart. I might actually remember that name.
Again? Lord?
Any other rods that we can call them after? Rod Hull? Rod Hull, that was a thing, wasn't it? I think that's probably it. I can't remember. I don't know any other rods off the top of my head.
What? It better be good.
Oh no! Can we not counterfeit orders for just a single unit? Because it didn't work on the ogre either. Oh, that's sad. Okay,
Lord?
it's fine though. I'll accept it.
For the Empire!
Doesn't mean it's just going to be a bit more of a pain. 80 damage, so I guess we just attack with both and then just see who he attacks, and then we'll just defend with that one. That's fine. Okay, you defend. Ugh. Less of that, please. Okay, great. Potential level up? Question mark. Great. We get full heal anyway. It was only 43 XP, but you know, it's pushing him further, and I think that's all we really need. This level up now for Zeslot a lot. Might give him an archer or something like that just to do a bit of extra damage, and then that should be enough. A combination of him and the archer will be obviously enough for any ghost. Fingers crossed. Squire's up to 43 damage now. Great. I think don't we get to the point of diminishing returns as well with units? I've just realised. Is it like level 15 or 20 where the level up kind of like bonus is reduced somewhat? Maybe even be cut in half, something drastic like that. In which case that's going to be fun. Uh-oh. Is that another Beliar? Is that how you pronounce his name? Beliar? I don't know. How much damage? 65. Fine, defend. It's just more XP, ultimately, so I'll not complain. Ooh, switch targets. Saucy. Uh, 26 XP. Fine. Belial gone pirate? Yeah. Belial's gone wild.
I live but to serve.
Okay, next target. Possibly that It's going to be annoying just because there's devils on either side. Or Ruin Tower. I might actually start going after the ogre now. Because he's nice out in the open and we can just poison the shit out of him. Let's infiltrate a spy. Hit to watch his Gone Wild video. I disagree. I'd be intrigued. I think I'd be less horrified than like a beast or... Beast is the one with all the tentacles, isn't it? Anyway. So I've said too much. Alright, so let's get 3 thieves over there.
Again?
I think that's probably the maximum number of thieves we can have gathering around the ogre.
Again?
Way too many teeth. For the Belial. I think that can be said for most of the demon type stuff anyway, can't it?
I live but to serve, my lord.
I'm ready.
Can you go in there?
I live but to serve, my lord.
And that'll do. Kaduki. Let's bring you over here. Very exciting turn there. Ooh. This is a newly birthed army. A sorcerer. Ooh, you were hiding him away, weren't you? Can I actually get to him? I mean, I can't see the flag that's put in front of him. That's incredibly annoying. And I'm too lazy to actually count how many movement points are actually going on here. We can probably use a haste anyway. But that will have to wait for next time, as I've reached my limit. Usually have a cut-off point of around about 10:30, and I just having a look at the time there, and we've reached it. So we will have to keep us all on tenterhooks until next time. I think this mission is pretty much in the bag, based on what we have, some of the resources we have, the scrolls, the orbs, and our highly powered squires. But we shall catch up probably later on in the week. I'm not going to kind of like burden myself with a very strict schedule. I kind of want to do streaming just like as something I feel like I'm in the mood for, rather than it feeling like it's more of an obligation for me. I think that probably works out the best. It's been short but fun. I get that a lot, Jamal. So yeah, I might just like pop up every now and again, but if you do miss it, it will be on YouTube anyway, because this is the main thing I want to do is obviously have this archive of my disciples' shenanigans. Might even do some other games, who knows. It's still very early days. I just kind of got a craving to play Disciples again, you know, and I thought, you know what, it just wouldn't be the same if I didn't stream it. So hence why I'm here tonight, and probably for future nights, because whenever I want to play Disciples, I will stream it. But I don't want to just tie myself down too tightly with schedules and whatnot. So sorry, I know it's not very good streamer etiquette, but like it or lump it, sorry. Anywho, let's wrap things up there. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm extremely humbled by the people who've turned out again. It's lovely to see you all. Apologies for the, I think, 5 years hiatus. A lot of shit's gone on. A lot of stuff's happened, but hopefully you'll see a little bit more of me these days. So, thanks again. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you probably in a couple of days, sometime before the weekend, fingers crossed. But yeah, bye for now, and take care.